Richard Grieco. Richard Grieco first captivated audiences in the late 1980s as the charming and rebellious detective Dennis Booker on the hit series 21 Jump Street, becoming a defining teen idol with his striking looks and undeniable charisma. However, as the years passed, the pressures of fame took their toll, leading to a series of personal struggles, including battles with addiction and a notable decline in public visibility. Now, Grieco's journey has transformed. He has embraced a quieter life, occasionally reappearing in smaller film roles and reality shows, where he reflects on his past while seeking redemption. His story serves as a haunting reminder of the fleeting nature of fame and the resilience required to navigate its aftermath. Andrew McCarthy. Once a beloved figure of the 1980s teen film scene, Andrew McCarthy charmed audiences with his roles in classics like Pretty in Pink and Street Elmo's Fire, embodying the youthful idealism of a generation. However, as the years passed, McCarthy faced the pressures of fame, leading to a gradual retreat from the spotlight and a struggle with personal challenges, including a battle with burnout. Today, he has transformed his career, finding success as a director and writer, and is recognized for his insightful contributions to the arts rather than his past heartthrob status. While many may have forgotten his iconic roles, McCarthy's journey reflects a quiet resilience in the face of the complexities of celebrity life. Judd Nelson. Judd Nelson first captured the spotlight as the rebellious John Bender in the iconic 1985 film The Breakfast Club, epitomizing teenage angst and defiance. However, as the years passed, Nelson faced a tumultuous journey marked by struggles with typecasting and personal challenges, including battles with substance abuse that overshadowed his early success. While he continued to work in television and film, including notable roles in series like Suddenly Susan, his presence faded from the cultural zeitgeist. Today, Nelson is remembered as a symbol of the fleeting nature of fame, a reminder that even the brightest stars can dim, leaving behind a legacy of both triumph and quiet resilience. Emilio Estevez. What happens to the teen idols we once adored? Emilio Estevez, known for his roles in iconic films like The Breakfast Club and St. Elmo's Fire, captivated audiences with his charm and relatable characters during the 1980s. However, as the years passed, Estevez stepped away from the Hollywood spotlight, facing personal challenges that included a struggle to find his footing in an industry that had moved on. Now, he has embraced a quieter life, finding fulfillment in directing and writing, while often reflecting on the fleeting nature of fame. This transformation serves as a poignant reminder of the pressures faced by young stars and the resilience required to navigate their evolving identities. Matt Dillon. Matt Dillon first captured the spotlight as a teen heartthrob in the early 1980s, starring in films like The Outsiders and Rumble Fish, where his brooding charm resonated with a generation of young fans. However, as the years passed, Dillon faced challenges that included a struggle with public perception and the pressures of fame, leading to a noticeable decline in his roles during the late 1990s. In recent years, he has made a thoughtful return to the screen with acclaimed performances in independent films, showcasing a depth that reflects his journey. Today, Dillon is recognized not just for his youthful appeal, but for his resilience and evolution as an actor, reminding audiences of the complexities behind the glitz of stardom. Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman became a household name in the 1980s, celebrated for his roles in iconic films like The Goonies and Stand By Me, where his boyish charm and talent captivated a generation. However, as the years went by, his personal struggles overshadowed his early success. Feldman faced significant challenges, including battles with addiction and the toll of childhood fame. While he attempted to reinvent himself through music and advocacy, his journey has often been marked by controversy and public scrutiny. Today, Feldman's presence in popular culture is a bittersweet reminder of lost youth, as many viewers reflect on the once-beloved star who now navigates a quieter, yet tumultuous, life far from the limelight. Corey Haim. Once a beloved teen idol, Corey Haim captivated audiences with his charm in films like The Lost Boys and License to Drive, embodying the carefree spirit of youthful rebellion. However, After the peak of his fame in the late 1980s, Haim faced a tumultuous reality marked by struggles with addiction and personal demons that overshadowed his early success. Despite attempts at a comeback, including appearances on reality television, his career never regained its former glory, leaving him a shadow of his once vibrant self. Today, Haim's legacy is a bittersweet reminder of the fleeting nature of fame, as he is remembered not just for his roles, but for the poignant struggles that ultimately defined his life. Leif Garrett. Leif Garrett burst onto the scene in the late 1970s as a teen idol, his boyish charm and golden locks making him a staple on magazine covers and television screens. Fans adored his pop hits and appearances on shows like The Brady Bunch, where he embodied youthful exuberance and carefree fun. However, the bright lights of fame dimmed as Garrett faced personal struggles, including addiction and legal troubles, which overshadowed his once celebrated image. Now, nearly 4 decades later, he remains a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of celebrity, having stepped back from the spotlight and living a quieter life, often reflecting on the complexities of his past and the price of fame. Scott Baio. Scott Baio first captured the limelight in the late 1970s as the charming and carefree Chachi on Happy Days, a role that made him a beloved teen idol with a wholesome image. However, as the years passed, Baio faced a tumultuous journey marked by personal struggles, including public controversies and a battle with the pressures of fame that ultimately overshadowed his early successes. In recent years, he has transitioned into a quieter life, embracing a role as a conservative commentator and occasionally returning to television, yet his once familiar face has faded from the mainstream consciousness. Today, Baio's narrative serves as a poignant reminder of how fleeting fame can be, leaving many to wonder about the young star who once seemed destined for everlasting adoration. Willie Ames. Willie Ames once shone brightly as a teenage heartthrob, beloved for his role in the iconic series Times 8 is Enough, where his charm and youthful exuberance captivated audiences. However, as the years passed, the pressures of fame took their toll, leading to struggles with addiction and a retreat from the public eye. Once a familiar face on television, Ames faced a stark contrast in his later years, navigating personal challenges while reinventing himself as a producer and director. Today, he remains a figure of nostalgia, often recalled for his early success, but also as a reminder of the complexities behind the curtain of fame and the quiet resilience required to forge a new path. Erik Estrada. Erik Estrada first captivated audiences as Officer Frank Poncherello in the hit 1970s series Chips, embodying the ideal of the charming, heroic cop. However, as fame waned, Estrada faced personal struggles, including battles with substance abuse and a challenging transition away from the spotlight. The once beloved star found himself largely forgotten in the years that followed, with his career taking a backseat to his health and well-being. In recent years, Estrada has made a modest comeback, appearing in various television projects and lending his voice to animated series, yet the image of the youthful heartthrob remains a distant memory, overshadowed by the complexities of his journey through fame and recovery. Lorenzo Lamas. Once a staple of teen magazines and a leading man on popular shows like Renegade, Lorenzo Lamas embodied the charm and charisma that captivated audiences in the 1990s. However, as the years passed, the glitz of Hollywood faded, and Lamas faced personal challenges, including struggles with addiction and the pressures of maintaining his once illustrious career. Today, he has largely stepped away from the spotlight, focusing on family and personal health, often sharing insights on his journey of reinvention. In this quieter chapter of his life, Lamas reminds us that the road from fame can be fraught with obstacles, leaving behind a bittersweet echo of a star who once shone so brightly. Antonio Sabato Jr. Antonio Sabato Jr. first gained fame in the 1990s as a heartthrob on the soap opera General Hospital, captivating audiences with his charm and striking looks. However, his later years were marked by a significant public challenge when he became embroiled in political controversies, particularly during the 2016 election, which polarized public opinion and overshadowed his earlier achievements. Today, Sabato is often remembered as a figure of the past, navigating a quieter life away from the limelight, focusing on personal projects and family. While some fans still hold fond memories of his youthful charisma, many others have moved on, leaving his legacy as a bittersweet reminder of fleeting fame. Casper Van Dien. Casper Van Dien first captured the attention of audiences in the late 1990s as the charming lead in cult classic films like Starship Troopers, where his youthful charisma and heroic persona made him a staple of teen idol culture. However, as the years passed, his career faced significant challenges, including typecasting and the pressures of maintaining fame, which led to a period of relative obscurity. Today, Van Dien has embraced a more grounded existence, often participating in smaller film projects and conventions, reflecting on his past with a sense of nostalgia. While he may not occupy the same spotlight as before, his journey resonates with many who remember the fleeting nature of fame and the resilience required to navigate its aftermath. Billy Zane. Billy Zane first captured the spotlight as the charming yet menacing Cal Hockley in the blockbuster Titanic, a role that cemented his status as a teen idol in the late 90s. However, as the years went by, his presence faded from the mainstream, with fewer leading roles and a string of straight-to-video projects. While Zane has continued to act, his career has been marked by a struggle to shed the typecasting that followed his early fame. Today, he embraces a quieter life, often appearing in independent films and art projects, reminding us that the journey of a once-beloved star can be as complex as the characters they portray. Michael Paré. Michael Paré first captured the spotlight in the 1980s with his roles in cult classics like Eddie and the Cruisers, where his brooding charm and rock star persona resonated with a generation. However, as the years passed, the once prominent teen idol faced the harsh realities of a fickle industry, grappling with typecasting and dwindling opportunities. Although he continued to work in film and television, his presence faded from mainstream consciousness, leaving many to wonder what became of him. Today, Paré has embraced a quieter life, taking on smaller roles and focusing on his passion for storytelling, reminding us that the glitz of fame often masks the challenges that follow. Treat Williams. Treat Williams first captured attention in the 1979 film Hair, where his charismatic presence and striking good looks made him a symbol of youthful rebellion and freedom. As the years passed, however, the bright spotlight of Hollywood dimmed, and Williams faced the harsh realities of an industry that often forgets its stars. Despite a steady career in television and film, including roles in Everwood and various stage productions, he struggled with the challenges of maintaining relevance in a rapidly changing landscape. Today, Treat Williams is remembered not just for his early charm, but for his resilience and dedication to his craft, embodying the quiet persistence of a once celebrated teen idol navigating the complexities of a long career. Jan-Michael Vincent. Jan-Michael Vincent once embodied the youthful allure of Hollywood in the 1970s and 80s, captivating audiences with his roles in films like The Mechanic and the iconic television series Airwolf. However, as the spotlight dimmed, he faced significant personal challenges, including battles with addiction that overshadowed his earlier success. Over the years, Vincent's appearances became increasingly rare, leading to a quiet life away from the public eye. Today, he is often remembered as a poignant reminder of the pressures that fame can impose, leaving behind a legacy that speaks to both the heights of stardom and the struggles that accompany it, echoing the sentiment of a talent once celebrated, but now largely forgotten. Dirk Benedict. Dirk Benedict first won the hearts of viewers as the charming face from the A-Team, a role that solidified his status as a teen idol in the 1980s. However, as the years went by, his star faded amid personal struggles, including battles with typecasting and the pressures of fame that led to a retreat from the spotlight. In the decades that followed, he embraced a quieter life, occasionally resurfacing in reality television and stage productions, yet remaining a largely forgotten figure in the public eye. Today, Dirk's legacy is one of resilience. He serves as a reminder of the fleeting nature of fame and the personal journeys many stars undertake in search of identity beyond their early success. Barry Williams. How does a teen idol navigate the passage of time? Barry Williams, best known for his role as Greg Brady on The Brady Bunch, charmed audiences in the 1970s with his wholesome image and catchy songs. However, as the years passed and the show faded from the spotlight, Williams faced the harsh realities of life in the public eye, including personal struggles with the pressures of fame. Today, he has embraced a quieter existence, performing in nostalgic productions and sharing stories from his past. While many may have forgotten the boyish grin that once captivated millions, Williams continues to reinvent himself, reminding us that even the brightest stars can find new paths in the shadows of their former glory. Christopher Atkins. Christopher Atkins first captured the spotlight as the charming lead in the 1980 film The Blue Lagoon, where his youthful innocence and striking looks made him a beloved teen idol. However, as the years passed, the pressures of fame took their toll, leading to a series of public struggles with substance abuse that overshadowed his early success. After stepping away from the Hollywood limelight, Atkins found solace in a quieter life, focusing on family and personal growth. Now, he is often remembered as a symbol of fleeting fame, a reminder of how quickly the adoration of youth can fade, leaving behind a more complex narrative of resilience and reinvention. Parker Stevenson. Parker Stevenson first captured the attention of audiences as the charming co-star of the beloved series The Hardy Boys Mysteries, where his youthful exuberance and good looks made him a household name in the late 1970s and early 1980s. However, as the years passed, his star faded, and he faced the harsh realities of an industry that often forgets its idols. While he transitioned into directing and producing, the public's memory of him grew dim, overshadowed by newer faces. Today, Stevenson navigates a quieter life, reflecting on a career that, despite its ups and downs, remains a nostalgic reminder of a time when teen idols were celebrated, yet ultimately easily forgotten. David Cassidy. Once a beloved teen idol known for his role in The Partridge Family, David Cassidy captivated audiences with his charm and catchy songs, becoming a symbol of youthful exuberance in the 1970s. However, as the years passed, the bright lights dimmed. Cassidy faced personal struggles, including battles with addiction that overshadowed his earlier success. In the later stages of his life, he sought to reconnect with his music and his fans, even as he dealt with health issues that ultimately led to his passing in 2017. Today, his legacy extends beyond that of a mere teen star, reminding us of the complexities behind fame and the enduring impact of a life marked by both triumph and turmoil. Shaun Cassidy. Once a teen sensation known for his roles in the Hardy Boys Mysteries and his chart-topping music, Shaun Cassidy was the embodiment of youthful charm in the late 1970s. His wholesome image captivated millions, but the pressures of fame led to a tumultuous journey marked by personal struggles, including the challenges of navigating the entertainment industry as it shifted. After stepping away from the spotlight, Cassidy found solace in writing and producing, crafting stories for television and theater that showcased his talents behind the scenes. Today, he lives a quieter life, with a devoted fan base who fondly remembers the boyish star, even as his once vibrant public persona has faded into a whisper of nostalgia. Robbie Benson. Robbie Benson first captured the spotlight in the late 1970s as a charming teen idol, known for his roles in films like Ice Castles and the animated classic Beauty and the Beast, where his voice brought the character of the Beast to life. However, as the years went by, the pressures of fame took a toll on him, leading to a period marked by health challenges, including open-heart surgery. Today, Benson has transitioned into a quieter life, finding fulfillment as a director and educator, yet many fans may recall him more as a fleeting figure from their youth, evoking a bittersweet nostalgia for a time when his boyish charm lit up the screen. Rex Smith. Once a shining star of the 1970s and 80s, Rex Smith captivated audiences with his smooth voice and heartthrob looks, most notably in the musical The Pirates of Penzance and as a teen idol on television. However, the pressures of fame took their toll, leading to a decline marked by struggles with personal challenges and a diminished public presence. Today, he navigates a quieter life, often performing in smaller venues and embracing a role in the music and theater community, far removed from the spotlight that once defined him. While his name may not resonate with younger generations, Smith's journey reflects the often unseen realities behind the allure of celebrity. Don Johnson. Don Johnson first captured the spotlight as the suave detective James "Sonny" Crockett in the iconic 1980s series Times Miami Vice, where his stylish demeanor and charismatic presence made him a household name. However, after the show's conclusion, Johnson faced a tumultuous period marked by personal struggles, including battles with addiction and a series of less successful projects that overshadowed his earlier fame. In the years that followed, he gradually re-emerged on the screen, finding renewed acclaim in series like Times Nash Bridges Times and more recently, Knives Out. Today, Johnson is often remembered not just for his role as a teen idol, but for his resilience in navigating the complexities of fame and personal challenges. Philip McKeon. What happens to the stars we once adored when the spotlight fades? Philip McKeon, best known for his role as Tommy on the beloved sitcom Alice, lit up television screens in the late 1970s and early 1980s with his youthful charm and comedic timing. However, as the years passed, McKeon faced the challenges of aging in an industry that often forgets its former icons. After stepping away from acting, he found solace in a quieter life, working in various behind-the-scenes roles in the entertainment industry. Sadly, McKeon's battle with health issues later in life served as a poignant reminder of the fragility of fame and the enduring human spirit that persists even in obscurity. David Charvet. David Charvet first captured the spotlight in the 1990s as a charming star of Baywatch, where his good looks and singing talent made him a teen idol. However, as the years went by, his career faced challenges, including a shift in public interest and personal controversies that often overshadowed his earlier success. Today, Charvet has largely stepped away from the limelight, focusing on his family and entrepreneurial ventures, yet many remember him as a symbol of a bygone era of television heartthrobs. While his early fame brought him adoration, the passage of time has transformed him into a figure of nostalgia, prompting many to wonder about the man behind the golden boy image. Adrian Zmed. Adrian Zmed, once a beloved face on television in the 1980s, captured audiences as the charming, carefree star of T.J. Hooker and the iconic Grease on Stage. His youthful exuberance and magnetic presence made him a staple of teen idol culture, often seen as the epitome of fun and adventure. However, as the years passed, Zmed faced the harsh realities of an industry that often forgets its stars. He transitioned into a quieter life, focusing on stage performances and occasional television appearances, while navigating personal challenges that included the pressures of fame. Today, he remains a reminder of the fleeting nature of celebrity, cherished by those who remember his vibrant performances yet largely absent from the mainstream spotlight. James Darren. Once a teenage heartthrob known for his charming roles in the 1960s, James Darren captivated audiences with his performances in shows like The Time Tunnel and his hit songs that echoed through the airwaves. However, as the years passed, Darren faced the harsh realities of fading fame, grappling with the challenges of reinvention in an industry that often forgets its stars. Today, he has carved a niche for himself as a respected actor and director, transitioning into a more mature image that reflects his rich artistic journey. While the vibrant young idol may have faded from the spotlight, his enduring passion for storytelling and music continues to resonate, reminding us of the complexity behind the glitz of celebrity. Tab Hunter. In the 1950s, Tab Hunter was the epitome of youthful charm, a heartthrob gracing the silver screen with his striking looks and boyish smile, starring in films like Damn Yankees. However, beneath the polished exterior lay a struggle with his identity, as he navigated the pressures of fame in an industry that demanded conformity. After his cinematic peak, Hunter's career waned, leading him to reinvent himself as a successful author and gay icon, openly discussing his sexuality in a time when it was largely taboo. Now, he is remembered not just for his early stardom, but for his resilience in embracing his true self, leaving a poignant legacy that contrasts sharply with the image of the perfect teen idol. Fabian Forte. Fabian Forte, known simply as Fabian, was the epitome of teenage heartthrob in the late 1950s, his boyish charm and smooth vocals captivating young audiences through hit songs and television appearances. However, as the years passed, the once adoring fanbase faded, overshadowed by the relentless march of new idols. His public image transformed dramatically in the 1970s, marked by personal struggles, including the pressures of fame and a shift toward a quieter life. With less frequent appearances, today, Fabian resides away from the spotlight, occasionally engaging in nostalgic events and reminiscing about his early days, reminding us of a time when he was a symbol of youthful innocence now eclipsed by the passage of time. Troy Donahue. Once a beloved teen idol of the 1960s, Troy Donahue captivated audiences with his charming looks and roles in romantic films, becoming a symbol of youthful innocence and aspiration. However, as the years progressed, the pressures of fame took a toll. He faced struggles with substance abuse and a fading public image, leading to a decline in his career. Today, Donahue is often remembered for his early contributions to cinema, yet his later years were marked by a quieter existence, focusing on recovery and personal reflection. While many may have forgotten his name, his journey serves as a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of fame and the personal battles that can follow. Bobby Sherman. Bobby Sherman first captured the spotlight as a teen idol in the late 1960s, known for his charming smile and hits like Little Woman, which made him a household name and a favorite on shows like Here Come the Brides. However, as the years passed, his fame waned, leading him to step away from the limelight and pursue a quieter life as a paramedic, reflecting a stark contrast to the adoration he once received. Today, Sherman is remembered not only for his pop stardom, but also for his resilience in navigating personal challenges, including the pressures of fame and the search for a meaningful existence beyond the entertainment industry. Desi Arnaz Jr. What happens to a teen idol when the spotlight dims? Desi Arnaz Jr. first captured attention as the charming son of television legends Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, embodying the youthful spirit of the 70s through his role on Here's Lucy. However, as the years passed, he faced the challenges of living in a world that had moved on, battling personal struggles, including addiction. Now, at a distance from the fame that once defined him, Arnaz has found solace in music and family, embracing a quieter life. His journey reminds us that even the brightest stars can dim, yet they often find new paths to shine, albeit in the shadows of their former glory. Mark Lester. Mark Lester rose to fame in the 1970s as the charming young star of Oliver and quickly became a beloved teen idol, celebrated for his boyish looks and musical talent. However, as the years went by, he faced significant challenges, including a highly publicized legal battle surrounding his claims of being Michael Jackson's children's godfather, which often overshadowed his earlier achievements. Today, Lester lives a quieter life, having transitioned into a career as a successful businessman and occasionally appearing in media interviews. While he may have faded from the spotlight, his story serves as a reminder of the fleeting nature of fame and the complexities that often lie beneath it. David Soul. David Soul first captured the public's affection as the charming detective Ken Hutchinson on the iconic series Starsky and Hutch, where his soulful voice and easy charisma made him a teenage idol of the 1970s. However, the pressures of fame took a toll, leading to personal struggles, including battles with addiction that overshadowed his later years. After stepping away from the limelight, Soul found solace in music and theater, reinventing himself as a respected stage performer in the UK. Today, while his name may evoke a sense of nostalgia for some, many have forgotten the man behind the badge, leaving him a fleeting memory in the landscape of teen idol history. George Lazenby. In the vibrant world of 1960s cinema, George Lazenby emerged as a striking figure, known for his brief but memorable portrayal of James Bond in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, captivating audiences with his rugged charm. However, after turning his back on the franchise, Lazenby faced a tumultuous journey through the entertainment industry, marked by personal struggles and a series of underwhelming roles that faded from the public eye. Today, he lives a quieter life, reflecting on his past while occasionally appearing at fan conventions, where he shares stories of a career that once promised so much. His legacy is a poignant reminder of how fleeting fame can be, often overshadowed by the realities that follow. Peter Noone. Peter Noone first captivated audiences in the 1960s as the charismatic lead singer of Herman's Hermits, with hits like I'm Henry VIII. I am solidifying his place as a teen idol. His boyish charm and catchy tunes made him a household name, but the pressures of fame soon took their toll. After the band's initial success faded, Noone faced a challenging transition, grappling with the realities of a changing music landscape and the personal struggles that often accompany sudden celebrity. Today, he remains active in the entertainment world, performing and sharing stories from his past, a reminder of a time when he was a fixture of youth culture, now a beloved yet often overlooked figure in music history. Rick Springfield. In the early 1980s, Rick Springfield was the embodiment of teen idol charm. His role as Dr. Noah Drake on General Hospital, and hits like Jesse's Girl solidifying his status as a pop culture sensation. However, as the decade waned, the pressures of fame took their toll, leading to struggles with depression and burnout that often overshadowed his musical talents. Today, Springfield is not just a nostalgic figure. He has openly discussed his battles with mental health and the importance of resilience. While he remains active in music and acting, the once ubiquitous heartthrob now represents a more complex narrative of survival and reinvention in the face of life's challenges. John Schneider. Once a beloved figure in American households, John Schneider rose to fame as Bo Duke in the iconic series The Dukes of Hazzard, where his charm and charisma made him a teen idol. However, as the years passed, the pressures of fame took a toll, leading to periods of personal struggle, including financial difficulties and public scrutiny over his choices. Today, Schneider has transitioned into a quieter life, finding solace in music and independent filmmaking, while also navigating the complexities of public perception. Though he may not dominate headlines as he once did, his enduring passion for storytelling and resilience in the face of adversity keep his spirit alive for those who remember his early days. Tom Wopat. Tom Wopat first gained fame as Luke Duke on the beloved television series The Dukes of Hazzard, where his charm and rugged good looks made him a teen idol in the late 1970s and early 1980s. However, as the show concluded, Wopat faced a turbulent period marked by personal struggles, including a highly publicized battle with addiction that overshadowed his earlier successes. While he continued to work in theater and music, the spotlight dimmed, and he became a forgotten figure in pop culture. In recent years, Wopat has made a notable comeback, performing in various stage productions and reconnecting with fans. Yet his journey serves as a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of fame. Grant Godiv. What happens to the teen idols who once lit up the screen? Grant Godiv charmed audiences as the star of the beloved series 8 is Enough, embodying the wholesome charm and youthful exuberance of the late 1970s. However, as the years passed, he faced the challenges of fading fame, stepping away from the limelight to focus on his family and personal interests. Now, Godiv has found solace in a quieter life, working as a television host and embracing his passion for woodworking. While he may not be a household name today, his journey reflects a poignant truth. The passage of time often transforms the brightest stars into cherished memories, reminding us of the fragility of fame. Adam Rich. Adam Rich rose to fame as the beloved youngest son, Nicholas, on the hit television series 8 is Enough, captivating audiences with his charm and innocence. However, as the years went by, Rich faced significant personal struggles, including well-documented battles with addiction that overshadowed his early success. Once a fixture in the lives of fans, he gradually faded from the public eye, grappling with the harsh realities of fame and its aftermath. In recent years, he made attempts to reconnect with his audience through various projects, but many have since forgotten the boyish star who once lit up their screens, leaving behind a bittersweet reminder of fleeting celebrity. Danny Bonaduce. Danny Bonaduce first captured attention as the wise-cracking Danny Partridge on The Partridge Family, where his charming antics made him a teen idol of the 1970s. However, as fame waned, Bonaduce faced a tumultuous journey marked by personal struggles, including battles with addiction and public controversies that overshadowed his early success. Today, he is known not only for his former role, but also for his candid discussions about his life's challenges, including a successful transition into radio and reality television. While nostalgia for his youthful exuberance lingers, Bonaduce's story serves as a reminder of the harsh realities that can follow the glimmer of stardom. Barry Bostwick. Barry Bostwick first rose to fame as the charming Brad Majors in the cult classic The Rocky Horror Picture Show, captivating audiences with his boyish good looks and infectious energy. However, as the years passed, the bright spotlight dimmed, leading Bostwick to navigate a challenging landscape of fluctuating roles and personal hardships, including public battles with health issues. Today, he finds solace in character-driven performances on stage and screen, showcasing a depth that contrasts sharply with his early image. Bostwick's journey from teen idol to a seasoned actor reflects resilience, reminding us that the path of fame is often fraught with unexpected turns, leaving a legacy defined not just by roles, but by survival and reinvention. Lee McCloskey. In the 1980s, Lee McCloskey charmed audiences as a teen idol on shows like Dallas, where his striking looks and charismatic presence made him a household name. However, as the years passed, the spotlight dimmed, and McCloskey faced the realities of a changing industry, struggling with the pressures of fame and the challenge of redefining his identity beyond the roles that once defined him. Today, he has largely stepped away from the limelight, focusing on his passion for art and writing, while reflecting on a career that, though once vibrant, has become a quiet testament to the fleeting nature of celebrity. His journey serves as a poignant reminder of the often unseen struggles behind the glamorous facade of fame. Michael Schoeffling. In the 1980s, Michael Schoeffling was the charming star of teen classics like 16 Candles, embodying the quintessential heartthrob with his boyish good looks and effortless charisma. However, as the years passed, Schoeffling stepped away from the spotlight, choosing a quieter life away from Hollywood's glare. He shifted his focus to woodworking, carving out a successful career as a craftsman, a stark contrast to his previous fame. Today, he is largely remembered as a nostalgic figure, a reminder of a time when teen idols were celebrated for their roles in coming-of-age stories, now largely forgotten in an industry that moves on swiftly, leaving behind those who once captivated millions. Lorenzo Music. Once a beloved voice behind iconic characters like Garfield, Lorenzo Music was celebrated for his unique sound and effortless charm, captivating audiences in the 1980s and 90s. However, as the years passed and the spotlight dimmed, Music faced the challenges of fading public interest and personal struggles. He transitioned from the vibrant world of television to a quieter life, grappling with the pressures of fame that often go unseen. In his later years, Music found solace in less public endeavors, but his contributions to animation remain a cherished memory for those who remember him fondly. Today, he is a reminder of the fleeting nature of celebrity and the complexity behind a once bright star.